Yeah, just on a night where we couldn't sway the margins. We played a team that's in good form, hard to play against, athletic, organized, and we put ourselves in a spot that we had to chase the game. And if you give up a few set piece goals, if it's again having to chase the game, which we did, and we actually I think in the second half made a good push, had some control, created some chances. Then we scored the second goal to tie. We're probably a step offside. They score, I think, 2 minutes later. So that's that. I think the guys stepped on the pitch with a good mentality, and yeah, we just couldn't really get it done. So now we come into the night knowing a few things. We weren't going to leave the night lower than eighth. We're in the playoff spot. Teams above us, I think, drop points. Team below us gain a few, and that's what it is now. 3 games to go, and all to play for. So we're looking forward to getting back home. Nothing to sulk about here. We have to stay in the right mode here and get a big victory at home next weekend.
First up, we'll go to Matt.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the time. To your point, there was a response in the second half. What did you like about the start of the second half, and what did you want to see more of in terms of creating danger to really try and get that equalizer, I'll say early on, prior to the Yappy offsides goal? Thank you.
What I liked was that we pushed the game in a mature way. We had good structure that set us up to sustain some attacks with counter-pressing and good structure behind the ball, and we created some chances, a few, which against a team that's just sitting deep and looking to counter. But I like the way the guys, we defended the depth a little better, won the second balls in the second half. This is what the night was going to be about, and I thought the push in the second half, in possession, pinning them in was noteworthy. And then, of course, it built up to when we scored the goal, which would have been great, right? We made a sub with Yappy. He comes in, scores a goal, but probably slightly offside. I didn't see. But, yeah, that's it, Matt. Was there another part to your question?
That was everything for that question. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
We'll go to Braden next.
Hey Chris, thanks for the time. In MLS play this season, that makes it 0-11-3 when you concede first. We've seen some good responses in some of these situations, including tonight. But is there something you can point to maybe as why this team can't seem to find wins after conceding first?
Well, most teams in the league don't. 70% of teams, I believe, in our league, you give up the first goal, you lose 7 out of 10. So we're in some company there. The other part is that we have to get better at that. I bet we're one of the teams on the road. I think it's, if you include Cruz Azul, we've scored first in 9 of the 16 road games, if I'm correct. So I've been told that. Because we go on the road with an idea to push the game and win the game. Tonight we didn't do that, but we pushed to get back into the game. And we did, and then it doesn't count, and like I said. So, yeah, listen, man, it's hard to win on the road. That's fact. It's fact. Hard to win on the road, harder when we concede first. So our team didn't quit. They kept pushing to the very end. Subs came in. Manyoma, Josh gets some minutes back in it. Kudi Petro, Yappy. We went for it, right? But it's not for lack of effort from the guys or from all of us. So hard to win on the road, hard to win when you concede first. And we're working hard at getting better at that, I promise you.
We'll go back to Matt.
Chris, a couple of moments, not just on the goals, where, Dallas, I think, created some uncomfortable moments, some opportunities in transition. You mentioned the set pieces. Is the defense still a work in progress with Rafael Santos and Rob Holding in there, or what do you like to see be a little bit better there defensively? Thank you.
Well, Dallas is a team that plays very direct. You can see whether it's in the run of play, in their build-up from the back with the goalkeeper, off kickoffs. They're very, very direct. So then it becomes a second ball game. You win those balls, maybe you can get after them. If you lose those, they get the ball out wide, and then it's about crosses. So you have to defend the depth. You have to win the second balls. You have to defend crosses. It's a lot of randomness that you can control by just trying to be alert and execute, which you can see they get a header inside our box to score. And then all of a sudden you have to now deal with corner kicks. They get 2. So they're hard to play against because it's something very very effective, but it's forcing the coincidence, and we have to deal with coincidence, which is not so easy to predict and deal with. So, listen, guys, any time with our transfer window, you add players late in the season, you got to just try to ramp things up and get on the same page and get guys, up to speed on things. And I think Rob Holdings, he's really a bright spot for us. I mean, he's intelligent. He helps in many ways our team, and it's only going to get better. But I think he's a guy that, along with Rafa Santos, in our back line, we're trying to get on the same page, and we're working on this. You say work in progress, it always is. Team defending, the back line unit defending. That's a continue to do. We're going to continue working at it.
Braden?
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned it earlier, you alluded to it. Some other results tonight make this last stretch really interesting, especially with the type of games that you close the season with. Just what's the message to the guys after tonight, and what needs to happen in these last 3 games that will keep you in a playoff spot and also, have you prepared once that time comes?
I've said it for 2 years. We don't get too high or low around here. We have our crack at it. 90 minutes is what I told the boys. We had our crack at it. Fell a little short. We're close. Create against a stingy defense, against a team that hadn't lost in 5 or 6. We're up against was never going to be easy. So we took a crack at it, and that we move forward now. We're looking forward to Minnesota. That's what we said really in the locker room. That we're in 8th still, like I said before the game, and that the fact that some teams miss out above us, we're going to attack those teams with a win next weekend. We do that, and we knew teams behind us could maybe get a little closer, but it's a big win last weekend against a team right behind us, and that gives us a good little buffer still with a few groups. So we're in the mix, and now 3 games to go, right, and 2 of them are at home. So we're looking forward to one at a time.
And we'll go back to Matt.
Last one from me, Chris. We've seen that Cole's role and what he's trying to do is very, very similar throughout the season, but where he's doing that and the players around him has varied a little bit. What have you liked about his positioning, or him in that position in these last 2 games with Connor and Ollie in a more defensive role behind him? Thank you.
Yeah, I still would say that with Cole Bassett, the thing that he loves most, and I think he's got a real knack for, is finishing attacks. He's a good passer. He arrives into the box with good timing, and he can score. He can also play interior, which we do with our interior wingers, and with Rafa Santos overlapping, we have a threat on that side. But I think Cole is a good attacker. He's good around goal, loves to score, and also helps us in the build in a big way. So, yeah, it's he's also equally good at pressing and understanding our defensive tactics. So this is what makes him a weapon for us. And, yeah, he's a guy that can get on the same page with lots of guys. So, yeah, having him higher up the field, we like that.